Welcome everyone to our Lean channel. Today we will continue discussing element 5.2 of ISO 9001:2015 standard, quality policy. Before we begin, hit the subscribe button below not to miss our new videos. I also invite you to stay to the end, as I will show you an example of a Lean quality policy and how to get my book on Lean ISO management systems. Element 5.2 of ISO 9001 standard consists of two subclauses: 5.2.1 establishing the quality policy and 5.2.2 communicating the quality policy. In the previous video, we covered the first part of the clause, establishing the policy. In the end, we created a quality policy to address clause 5.2.1 requirements. If you missed that movie, find the link below to catch up. Today we will talk about the second part, 5.2.2, communicating the policy. As in the previous video, we will transform each requirement of the standard into a commitment in our policy to complete it. The first requirement, A, reads, "The quality policy shall be available and be maintained as documented information." In response, our policy reads, "This policy is available and we maintain it as documented information per the documentation management process." The link to the document management process takes us to the corresponding procedure. The following requirement is B. The quality policy shall be communicated, understood, and applied within the organization. Responding to this requirement, our policy says, the organization communicates this policy to ensure understanding and application through the training process. The hyperlink to the training process directs us to the means of achieving this objective, training. The last requirement, C, wants us to make our policy available to relevant interested parties as appropriate. Before we reply to these requirements, let's talk for a minute about the term as appropriate and what it means. ISO 9000 and ISO 9001 standards do not define its meaning, but in regulated industries, such as medical devices, this term means appropriate unless the organization can justify otherwise. Simply, unless you have a justification that the requirement is not appropriate, it is appropriate. In our case, we do not have any reason to hide our policy from our interested party, so it is appropriate, and our policy explains. This policy is available to interested parties on our website. And finally, voila! Here is our Lean quality policy that meets the requirements of the standard. When you develop or revise your quality policy, remember, number one, rules are rules. Address the requirements of the clause. Many quality policies have a typical deficiencies. They do not provide a framework for setting quality objectives. Remember to include it while creating or revising your quality policy. Number two, avoid pointless short version of the policy. Number three, do not mix cocktails. Skip the claims to be a world leader, omit listing products, safety promises, values, and others. The quality policy is not the place for this information. This concludes our review of elements 5.2.1 and 5.2.2 of ISO 9001 standard. Do not forget to visit our website. Go to the Academy page and check out our free downloads. Thank you for subscribing, likes, and comments. Your support helps us promote our Lean project. Thanks for watching. This is Mark with Lean ISO Management Systems. To learn more about Lean ISO Management Systems, check out my book, The Lean Revolution. You will find a link to it on Amazon below. Stay tuned for the following videos. I hope to see you then.